live with the buzz. Just letting it get all connected and everything. If you're finding this video later on after YouTube, or I should say after the live stream is live, so if you find this after the live stream is posted, take a look at our Out of Spec Reviews channel where the posted video will be up there complete and edited, and you won't have to watch through the whole live stream. You join me off of the E6 just north of Oslo with the ID Buzz, looking pretty great. This is the 77 kilowatt hour version. We have the big wheels. Can't remember if they're 20s or 21s. Let's actually see what it says. So it says, where does it say? It must say somewhere. Oh yeah, 21s, 235, 45 to 21s, and I believe it's a staggered setup with a little bit wider tire in the rear. And it's cold, it's almost freezing outside. The service station's a little bit damp, but the highway is actually dry. And yeah, just going for a 70 mile an hour range test in this thing. I'm still on American time zone internally, of course, so it doesn't even feel that late to me. But yeah, ID Buzz, 77 kilowatt hour rear wheel drive, 150 kilowatt rear motor. Looking good. Got to charge it up to full, and then we can head out for the test, of course. So let's pop in here. Let me see if I can get you guys to see the charging screen. It might take me a second to get you all situated here, but I promise you I will do my best to get you all situated. So let's see if we can do this. What I'm gonna do is probably just lay the phone right here. How about that? And then we can see the charging. If I zoom in on it, if it lets me. There we go. Let me lock you back in. Boom. DC charging it to 100%, then we're gonna head out for the test. Okay, we don't need a heater on high, that's for sure. We can run a reasonable temperature here. 74 seems reasonable. Saw a peak of 177 kilowatt charging, but the battery wasn't super warm, so this is why we're warming it up. Yeah, we're in Norway, just outside of Oslo, just north of Oslo, and going to be running up. It's a highway called the E6. Should be pretty sweet. No, Alyssa's not joining. Alyssa's at the hotel at the moment. She's ready for bed, and I, of course, wanted to do some testing. We only had the ID Buzz for a short period of time because we're actually heading up to the Arctic Circle starting tomorrow, going all the way to North Cape, which is the northernmost drivable road in Europe, and just a little adventure in a Model 3 Performance. We did some Neo stuff today, went to the battery swap station, drove an ET7, and yeah, having a lot of fun. Seating for 5 in this particular one, no third row. Northern Lights won't be out this low, I don't believe. I don't think you'll see them near Oslo. No, I haven't heard about the latest issue of the new update bricking cars. Is this for Volkswagen bricking cars? Have not heard that. Doesn't sound good. Model 3 won't have studded tires, but they're on the Hakkapeliitta, I believe, R3s. They're on one of the Nokian snow tires. Max charge speed, well, I just saw 175 kilowatts. I think I'm going to do a charging test after the range test. Hopefully the battery will be nice and warm. We'll get a pretty good peak during that test. So we're basically charging from 10 to 100%. We're going to drive it to 0, and then from 0, we're going to charge it up to 100. That's the plan, at least. One thing I should do is make sure there's enough roads around here. There are, that I can run it down on B roads. Very nice. Great news. Should have a pretty good run today. I don't think the Hummer would fit in Norway at all. Like, it's just too big for half the roads we drove on today. So what I'm going to do is actually leave you on this situation to charge. It looks like we'll be done in maybe 40 minutes or so is what it's looking like. And yeah, 100 kilowatts at 48%. That's not so good. But again, the battery might be a little bit cold. It is chilly outside, 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, cell service is great in Norway. Whenever we're here, we just have the best cell service ever. Yeah, some of the Volkswagen guys said they've seen 190 on ID Buzz, which is pretty impressive. It has not been rated for EPA at all, so not sure. Not in that cycle. But yeah, I would ignore the miles because I was ripping it to try and warm it up. So I think it'll do more than 95 miles at 50%. That's not looking so good, but that was just me trying to warm up the battery on the way out of Oslo, yo-yoing it, full throttle, full regen over and over and over. We are charging on a Ionity 350 kilowatt in a town called Dal, D-A-L. How many miles have we put on it? Probably 150 to 200 miles we've put on this thing. And total miles, it's pretty fresh. It's only got 1,200 miles on it. Is speeding in Norway as catastrophic of an offense as in other Euro countries? I don't think it's like, yeah, not great to speed here compared to America. Yeah, I think people go about 10% over the speed limit on average without any issue, is what it seems like to me. Yeah, honestly, you know, I'm a big fan of Bjorn, but I haven't seen any of his videos recently. I don't know if he uses this charging station or not, but I think we were talking to him the other day, and he's on his way to Thailand. So I'm going to do some filming outside. Let me get the heated seat on. I'm going to leave the ID Buzz running. Hopefully I can leave it in all the correct settings so that you guys can see the screen. All right, let's try that again. Online mode. There we go. So hopefully that will stay on for you. And I can put the headlights to off and I can get a thumbnail. So just bear with me for the next few minutes. I might even run inside and get some snacks. We'll see. Okay, don't close the door is what we learned. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can get, I had it so perfect before too. Don't know if we're gonna be able to match the magic. Match the magic of last time. Fingers crossed. Nope. Yes. Perfect. I'll do a gentle door close. All right, we are at 69% state of charge, 85 kilowatts. Not bad. I remember Model 3 used to do 70 kilowatts at 70% state of charge, so this isn't terrible. I'm also going to leave you guys back with it, and I'm going to go grab some snacks, but I have to leave my phone in here for the hotspot. So you can thank AT&T again for powering this trip, except it's not AT&T, it's whoever Volkswagen does their partnership with. I'll get it put back on for you. There you go. And we're going to go to parking lights, or put lights off, I think probably would be better. There we go. And hopefully you can see everything just fine still. Looks like you can. I'll be back in a few. Uh-oh, looks like you guys fell over. Sorry about that. I'm here. I'm going to write you back up here in a second. Let's fix this disaster. I got to put my Circle K hot dog. Oh, this ID Buzz has the perfect Circle K hot dog holder. Take a look at that right there. You can see we're out of Circle K. Pretty sweet. Is this an E-Crafter pulling in? Does not appear to be very nice. So, would I say the ID Buzz is a great family car? Yeah, why not? Here we are at 80%. I already got you guys set up on the dash. You're going to be so far away, I won't be able to reach you. So, let's see if I can lock you back in. There we go. Put some zoom on. Time to do the top charge. Wow, this thing really charges pretty nicely, I have to say. That was good. Really not much of a problem getting up to 80%. That's a livable charging curve. While it's not class leading, look at that, 87 kilowatts at 80%. Not the end of the world. Take a look at this Circle K hot dog holder built into the ID Buzz. That's pretty sweet. Love Circle K's, of course. Big fan. And just chilling at Ionity, as one does. And yeah, we should end this pretty much after midnight, I would think, by the time we're done. The car's not predicting much range, but that's just because I was ripping it to warm up the battery. So curious to see what it predicts at 100% and curious to see what we get. It's 42 degrees outside, so very chilly, and it's probably only going to get colder throughout the night. So every time the seat moves, you guys lose your position. Hopefully that's good enough for you. No third row in this one. Such zoom. Oh, we got a little bit too much zoom going on here. That's better. Yeah, so the online mode every time I get in is because I'm using a guest account and I didn't sign in with my Volkswagen account because it doesn't let me do that for Euro cars. You can do the quick hit, the 2-finger tap to turn off the heated seats rather than going into the menus. Circle K's are all over Norway. It's insane. Battery's warming up now. I'd say the battery's pretty toasty to be able to charge at 75 kilowatts at 85%. That's pretty good. I can't wait to compare this to the Chattanooga ID4 that Michaela just got. Yeah, cell coverage everywhere. Insane. Got a giant Red Bull. I've never taken the Eurotunnel from UK to France. I'd love to, though. I have been to the UK, but never driven there. Only ever flown in. This is a test buzz. So many electric cars in Norway, it's crazy. It's really not bad top charging at all. Better than Hummer EV. Hummer EV was down to 12 kilowatts at 84%, and then ramped back up, but it was every time, so it's like designed to do that. It was crazy. Yeah, this thing top charges better than a Tesla. Tesla's hit 50 kilowatts at 80%, maybe a bit more on a new one. And again, this was starting with a cold battery. I mean, the active charging warmed it up. I drove it pretty hard, but like, this thing sat outside all day. It says 9 minutes from 89% to full. That's crazy. That's good. No wonder why I see so many ID4 owners full charging their cars. Man, I don't think the stream is down. Something's wrong is on this dude's end. Great Circle K hot dog. 10 out of 10. I could live on those things. Bjorn and I talked for a little bit, but he is on his way to Thailand, so no chance for a video. We both said next time. Sorry for blowing my nose on a live stream. Some spicy mustard. Can you get your Starbucks? Negative. Actually, you know what? I haven't tried in Norway to see if I can get it, but at least in Germany, where I spend most of my time in Europe, it's not possible. They offer the same drink called the same thing, but it is not the same drink, and it's terrible. Really bad. Really bad. Long range test, Norway to Colorado. That's right. Well, I can't wait to show you guys. We have so many out-of-spec motoring videos that we've filmed that just need to be edited. But we just love road trips, so we keep taking them. And we're going up to North Cape, all the way to the northernmost drivable road in Europe this week in a Model 3 Performance. So big thanks to Marcus Beal for loaning us a Model 3 for this trip after this one from Volkswagen comes. I'm just going to throw out some trash in the buzz, so you might lose your position just for a second, and then we're going to get ready to get going, but I got to free up some cup holders. So just bear with the camera for about a second, because it's probably going to move a little bit. Oh, it didn't. That's cool. Put it back on the charging screen. Online mode. There we go. Just hang tight. Oh, it did move slightly. How about that? Hopefully that's good. Just bear with me for a minute. And I'm back. I am just blown away by the top charging on this thing. Crazy good. Let's zoom out a little bit while I get you all resituated. Just impressive. Gotta crack open that Red Bull. But 50 kilowatts at 93%, 47 at 94, pretty good. Yep, Ionity doll, that's where we are. Oh, did I totally not aim this correctly? I am so sorry. Yeah, 74 kilowatts on a Lightning just isn't fast at all. Yep, VW Buzz in the US is going to be next level cool. Can't wait. Wow, I just can't believe how fast this is top charging. 44 kilowatts at 95%. What? That's really good. Holy smoke. So this is totally acceptable to charge up to 95%. I mean, you're not getting 180 peak, but if you're just running into a store or want to do a stretch, that's so really not bad. Especially if you're using a 50 kilowatt charger, it'll pretty much hold max to 95%. This is running software 3.2, yeah. It's 180 kilowatt, 185 kilowatt. No OBD2 info. I did not bring any of my stuff, and I totally forgot to bring all my Scan My Tesla stuff since I'm driving a Model 3 for most of this trip. I actually wasn't planning on grabbing the ID Buzz, and like while we were just about to leave to come over here, I just emailed Volkswagen in Germany. I'm like, hey, can you put us in touch with your Norwegian colleagues? I'd like to do a Buzz. And they're like, oh, hell yeah. And they didn't have any press cars, but this is like the head of Volkswagen Group Commercial's personal car that he let us borrow. Super nice. Yeah, Alyssa's sister's Chattanooga ID4 is on software 3.1. This is on 3.2. I don't really think there's much of a difference between the two. So as soon as we hit 97, 98%, I'm going to put you guys on the phone holster on the dash. And then I got to film a little bit for the main video because we're going to be out of here in a jiffy. I just cannot believe how fast this thing charges. Holy smokes. Still 40 kilowatts at 96%. Yep, we're going all the way to the tip of the country. You know what? I don't know if this thing has a heat pump in it. Maybe someone does. I did not get a spec sheet for the Norwegian spec ID Buzz. Each country is different. My guess is no heat pump until all-wheel drive. But if they did put it in, that would be cool. I know MEB can spec with and without. I just don't know what the Norwegians ones have. No heat pump yet. Yep, that's my understanding. Where am I? I am in Ionity Dal, right off the E6 north of Oslo. Yeah, we got winter tires on the Model 3. We're ready to go. We're ready for no sunlight and cold temps. Yeah, so 97% gets slow. I think 95% is where you charge this thing to for like a deep charge. Really not bad. So may not have good range, but you can use a lot of the battery. Yeah, we're right close to the airport right now, and then I'm going to head up to where this E6, I don't really know exactly where. I know Bjorn runs this route, but I honestly haven't seen many of his videos in years of doing this stuff, so it's all new to me, but I know it turns from 2 lanes into 1. Yep, I'm in Norway. Okay, we're at 98%. I'm going to get you guys set up on the dashboard, and we're going to get ready to go here. Since you guys are with me, I'm just going to show you the Buzz really quick. You can see that's how I was taking a look at the chat. Here we are charging at 33 kilowatts. Let's pop outside. I'll show you this bad boy. Look at this thing. Got the good wheels. I actually like the monotone silver. I know a lot of people wish it had a more fun color on it. But yeah, this thing looks pretty good. The road, it's wet out right now, but the highway is actually dry. So I think as we go farther north, it will be less wet. We've put in 73 kilowatt hours. I started charging at 10%. We're at 98. We're at 403 volts. It's going to be finished up here pretty soon. We're the only car charging at the Circle K and Dahl. They also have 50 kilowatt Circle K chargers, which are owned and operated by Circle K, which is pretty cool. Some friends of mine work at Circle K, and they helped us figure out how to charge, because they actually don't have a good program for like tourists with Visa or with foreign credit cards and details. It's really hard to charge over in Europe. So I got Ionity figured out. Ionity is great because you can do this as a foreigner. So that's typically what I use. And of course, superchargers are open, many of them at least. So let me get you guys plugged in up here all the way at the front of the car. The windshield's so far away. It's crazy. So let's see if we can get a good mount. Okay, there's really not much view of the road, or I should say of the windshield, but here we go. Yes, I have to like crawl up on the dash to get all the charging cables over to you. Long reach. Cool. Well, we're pretty much almost ready to go. Let me get some things stuffed underneath your mount, so hopefully you don't vibrate too much going down the road. Just want to have some pressure on it. There we go. Looking good. Nice. Oh, this is going to be freaking awesome. Range test in Norway. Hell yeah. I love the ID Buzz. Really love the Buzz. Just close it up, my camera bag. You guys gotta let me know if audio is okay since I plugged you in. Sounds like they need Electrify Norway. Ooh, that would be not a good situation. Everyone would be stranded. Okay, we are at 99%. Time to fill. to get this thing ready to go. We're at 99%. Going to close the sliding doors. I believe it just kicked off at 100% state of charge. So let's turn climate control off as we get ready to get going. So climate off. Very nice, 100%. The live stream's ready to go. So let's take a look at the details. Head to phone is 41 minutes. Average power is about 80 kilowatts. Even though not doing 100%, that is so effective. Time to jump in, reset the trip odometer, and hit the road. Wow, average charging speed from 10 to 100% was 90 kilowatts. Average. Crazy. Okay. Now I don't remember how to reset everything. All right, time to get everything reset. We're gonna go over here to vehicle, data. We're gonna reset since start. There we go. Fully reset. Foot on the brake, vehicle on. We're gonna run 72 degrees in auto with low fan. We're gonna put it into eco mode. Again, this is just the rear wheel drive. And we're gonna put it into on mode. So let's go before too long. Get it up to 70 miles an hour and run a loop. This is my first time ever running a range test in Norway. So we're not using this as a big point of comparison. Hopefully I don't mess it up and get our exits confused and run out of juice, but let's go get out of here. Leaving Ionity Dal at a full charge. Cannot believe how fast this full charged. Very impressive. Can't exit that way. How the heck do we get out of here? Problem number one, figure out road signs. Okay, we're just gonna cruise around till we find an exit path. Nice. And we want to go to, let me put in the destination that we want to go to, which is called Molv, something like that. And we want to go on the on-ramp to the E6 heading south. Great start. Everyone out of our way. We're starting this range test. So I've just put in the destination where we need to head to. We're going to be heading on the E6 towards Trondheim. We're right off the highway. This is totally perfect. Really good conditions here. E-Golf, you can tell because of the lights in the front bumper. That's pretty cool. Off we go then. First ever Norwegian range test. Let's hope I go the right way. Trondheim E6, that's all us. Let's do this thing. We got all the good data up here because we got software 3.2 on the car. Gentle accelerations up to 70 miles an hour, which is going to be an indicated 115 kilometers per hour in this particular one. What's nice is it lets me do distance in miles, but speed in kilometers. So this will work out totally perfectly. And let's just get it up a little bit more. 13, 14, 15. There we go. Locked in. And ACC selected. Travel assist selected. And if I move it over to the screen here, the lines are green, so it's taking on all of the work. What a cool view out the windshield. There's no hood at all in this thing. That's just the edge of the vehicle. And we're cruising along. Really nice. No wind noise in this one, which is really nice. The one that I originally reviewed had some wind noise, but this, zero. So I think this is a better built one. A little bit of road noise coming through. It's a big car with not much sound deadening, but no wind noise at all. So if you watch my first drive review and were worried about the wind, I wouldn't be. Yep, typical foggy weather. Yeah, loud road noise, no question. But also the the camera that you guys are on is a little bit louder than usual, I would say. Yeah, you're so far away from me. I'm going to scream so you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me all the way back here. I cannot reach the phone at all, so no chance of me touching the live stream phone through here. I'm going to auto lane change, so I've indicated, and it's doing this on its own. Wow, nice work. Yeah, let's put it on auto LED matrix function. Beautiful up here for sure. Back to the right lane, auto lane change selected again. Did that all on its own. Nice work, Volkswagen. I don't know if you guys can see the matrix lights doing its thing. Very cool function. Does a good job not going into the right lane there. Really impressed with travel assist. Matrix lights are the coolest freaking thing ever. Also, you know what's really cool about this system? I hope you can see this. I'm going to pull the steering wheel left a little bit, and you see just on that left line, I've nudged the car to the left side of the lane. It's hugging the left side, unlane centering. And then I can push us back to the center, and now take a look at this. It's now centered in the lane. And if I want to go all the way to the right, I can manually push it over here to the right line, and now it's just hugging the right line. You can even hear it. It's doing all this. So you can tell it 3 different lane positions on travel assist. It's one of the best features. It's so nice. Like, you know, sometimes you pass a truck on lane centering and it doesn't move over. Really cool system. So yeah, lane change is a little on MEBs, but I've found that you really have to keep full contact with the steering wheel the whole time. Uh-oh, so it's slowing down a little bit for a speed limit that doesn't exist. So I'm going to set it back to where we need to go. Super nice, easy. Loving the matrix functions. Auto lane change again. Check around the vehicle during lane changes. It's doing all of this. Just have to keep contact with the steering wheel. Nice work. Goes YouTube monetization. YouTube monetization pays every month. Actually, the Hummer is still without a spec until Tuesday, so it gets picked up tomorrow. But it's at Colton's shop right now. He's been having some fun with it, filming some things with it, I guess. Just gonna film a little update for the main video. Along here on the E6, and it thinks I'm talking to it, so let's turn off the voice function. There we go. And just loving travel assist. The noise really isn't bad in here. The live stream's loving the buzz. I am as well. And perfect conditions for the test. It's chilly. It's 38 degrees Fahrenheit outside, but no question the road is dry and there's 0 wind. So a really good cold weather range test here. Climate control set to 72 degrees in eco mode, and we're going to do our best to maintain 70, but like here, for example, we do have to drop to 100, and we'll try and go as much over, but it's just for short periods, and then we can get back to 70. So don't use this as basis for comparison to any other test. It's as good as we can do, but still the best range tests are in Colorado. The one last thing I wanted to actually mention was the travel assist system. It's really cool. I can actually set the travel assist system to lane center down the lane, hug the left line or hug the right line. So if I'm passing a semi, I can push it all the way to the side. It's a really nice feature. It also does automatic lane changes. You can see it's doing all of this on its own. I did not take over or do anything, just a light grasp on the wheel. A wonderful, wonderful system. Get back to 70 miles an hour. Great. Yeah, I don't want to go too crazy speeding in Norway. Not my home country. Don't. Although I hear the jails are pretty nice here. I watched a little documentary on that. Some of the Audi headlights are amazing. BMW laser lights are really good, but I love matrix function in any car. It's really nice. Nope, so travel assist works anywhere. It doesn't have to be on pre-mapped highways. We can drive 20 kilometers over. Okay, yeah, so I think I'm just going to hold it at 115 throughout. It's 90 kilometers per hour, but it very much hasn't changed from 115, or from 110, excuse me. The windshield is heated, yes, which is pretty cool. Alyssa is with me here in Norway. She's just at the hotel. Auto lane change to the left. Here we go. Nice. Is there a way to turn off the speed adaptation? Anyone who has a ID something or other? Because it keeps, at least in the US, I can have it not do that. But in Europe, I've never found a way to turn off the automatic speed assist. Keep slamming on the brakes. But it actually couldn't do it that time. It said assisted lane changing stop, and now it's locked back on. Yeah, if I go under the assist function, and then I try and go to a speed limit preview I have on, but that shouldn't adjust the speed. Adaptive cruise control, speed limit preview, I don't think that should do it. ASL is what we're looking for, huh? Automatic speed limiter. Speed limit preview. I'm just going to turn that off, see if that helps. Driver alert system. Eco assistance, maybe? adaptive cruise control on. I don't see any ASL button anywhere. I think it's whenever I'm on travel assist, like it's hitting the brakes there right now. But that's all right. I can just cover the accelerator pedal. It's in the menu with the car, speed, sign, and road. Hit the ACC button again. Okay. I have. But it doesn't do anything. This is adaptive cruise control or limiter. Yep, we do need to keep an eye out for animals. Absolutely. Hey Jeff, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Congrats on your Tesla. 48,000 miles. Pretty good. 2 years. I'm excited to do a Tesla road trip up to North Cape this week. It'll be crazy. I think it's 4,700 kilometers round trip, something like that. Quite noisy in here. You got 85,000 miles on the E-Up. That's awesome. I took an E-Up around the Nürburgring recently. It was pretty fun. Going for a pass. Man, 70 miles an hour is like blazing fast in Norway. For our 90% state of charge check-in. The next ones will be 75, 50, and then 25, and of course 0. We are 2 miles per kilowatt hour, high 100s here. Elevation's pretty flat, and there's no wind, so I'm thinking we won't see a 200-mile range figure here. That would be pretty brutal, and could be why maybe only the long wheelbase with the larger battery will be coming to America, where range is probably a bit more of a concern, but we'll see what happens here. This is still too early to tell. It's just a little indication as to what to expect. The vehicle is still predicting another 171 miles left to go. Pretty amazing how slow Norwegians typically drive. Yeah, road noise is quite loud in this one. It's probably accentuated for you guys because you're up on the windshield pretty far away from the cab, but yep. sound system is not amazing. I think this one might have the bass sound system. It's good, it's livable, but only at low volumes. If you really want to crank it, the bass gives out. Same as ID4, really. I'm not sure if we'll live stream the trip up north. I'm sure we'll live stream some of it. It may be kind of fun. I've done everything I can to try and turn off this speed limiter. I took all of the advice. I tried the left buttons on the steering wheel. I've tried all the settings in the screen here, adaptive cruise control settings, all of the stuff, and it just doesn't seem to want to stop slowing down. Turned off all the speed limiters, speed limit previews, Eco Assistant off. It's not the end of the world. It's really fine. So we haven't signed for the warehouse yet, but it's very much in progress. We might actually get a phone call as soon as today. We've basically counter-offered a few times, and I think we're honing in on something we're all happy with. And to be totally transparent, the taxes on the warehouse were just incredibly high because it's technically a retail space that we're going into. And we honestly had a budget set out for a commercial space, but I think we're going to work it out where it actually will make sense. So we'll see. We're close. We're within, reasonable amount of money difference. Yeah, I definitely think that the normal, when you're in adaptive cruise, it'll change, but I think travel assist trumps that difference. But it is funny how fast 70 miles an hour feels here. When we drive 70 miles an hour through the middle of Wyoming, it feels like we're going 2 miles an hour. Like it takes forever. Here, I feel like we're ripping it compared to how fast we have been driving over the last few days. It's cool to watch those matrix lights work, though, isn't it? Espa Tunnel. I think the only way we stop this range test is to get some Espa buttons. Yeah, I think tomorrow when we head north, we'll stop and get some Espa buttons. I don't actually know where you get them. Do you get them at the Nebenez supercharger, or... Look at those matrix lights, keeping that guy dark. Just incredible. You can watch him move to the left here. think the fog confused some of the auto high beam situation there. We're following a Model 3 or Model Y. The Shell gas station in Espa. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Do I like this or the Hummer better for the lane change? Honestly, I think the Hummer is a little bit better at lane changing than this is. I'm just moving over because I don't really know why. I'm just playing around with the auto lane change. No one's behind us, so it's not like we're holding anyone up. We'll just lane change our way over there. Yeah, I think I know where it is. I've seen the Shell in Espa off the exit before, or at least a sign for it. So, yep, I think we'll find it tomorrow. I got to bring the Buzz back in the morning. Then we're jumping into Model 3 and heading north. Drove a Neo ET7 today. It was really interesting. First time driving a Neo. Lots of cool stuff. They also had a dog mode, which I thought was really nice. Dirty Model 3, that's what ours normally looks like. Yep, Marcus Beal loaned us the Model 3. It's a Model 3 Performance Nokian snow tires. Out? Yes, it's 36 degrees Fahrenheit, so almost freezing. The cold weather definitely affects range quite a bit, I would say. We've seen it really, I mean, yeah, it's definitely measurable. This is sort of a worst case range test scenario. It's slightly damp, as you can see, although we're driving in the dry grooves for the most part. We have the big wheels on this one, and it's cold, so not the perfect conditions. But we are able to just run 70 the whole time. Yeah, I heard about that single lane situation up to Alta. So, yeah, just kind of have to convoy through there. Not uncommon. Cold is worse than the heat for sure. I didn't have much of a choice for conditions since we only had this for 2 nights and we had arrived in Norway yesterday just so tired that we slept. Going across the big bridge. Take a look at this. Beautiful. Or maybe it's going across us. I'm not really sure what's happening here, but it's nice. Thought Norway was supposed to have cell service. No, the flight to Norway isn't bad. We flew from Denver to Reykjavik in Iceland, and then from Iceland to Oslo. It really wasn't bad. There's actually a few direct flights from Oslo to Denver, but just not on the dates we were flying. Yeah, I think Matrix lights should. Yeah, I think Matrix dairy light, like whether it's yellow or not blue and not white, but definitely something that says like, hey, you know, our lights are in a matrix function, not full on. Like we see what you see. So should we do a horn test? A little sound clip of the horn? I hope it's not the same as ID4, which is pretty lame sauce. We'll let the police go by, or fire, I'm not sure which. It is a big vehicle, so it is fire. All right, y'all ready for the horn test? Here we go. And we just burned 5 miles of range. Pretty wimpy horn. Actually, a better horn than my Sprinter, though. What is with vans and bad horns? Just a single tone. No, someone likes the horn. Okay, that's good. That's not too bad. All right. Not ask Melissa how far she thought this would go. Maybe I should have. Yeah, I know. I watched that video, Hoovie's Old Maybach, and yep, that horn was incredible. It sounds like a ship horn. It's crazy. It's like the cruise ship is pulling into port. Wah, wah. Auto lane change is working great. You just have to touch the steering wheel lightly because it's a capacitive steering wheel. Typical Norwegian Leaf driver here in front of us going 2 miles an hour. E-tron up ahead. So many e-trons in Norway. Every other car is a black Audi e-tron. It's crazy. Bjorn is in Thailand. We tried to look up, but he was leaving just as we were arriving. 75% charge. Time to do an update. You join me now at 75% state of charge. We have driven 42 miles. We're averaging 2.1 miles per kilowatt hour, and the vehicle is still predicting another 139 miles to go. Time will tell. We're getting close to our turnaround point, about 17 miles, and we're just going to run this loop up and back. This is like the longest stretch of dual carriageway in Norway, is my understanding, because most of Norway is just slow B roads with a low speed limit. I heard for like 6 months out of last year, the e-tron was the best-selling car in the country. Like gas, electric, or whatnot, just e-trons everywhere. I mean, we love our e-tron, but no one else seems to appreciate it except the Norwegians. Another e-tron was just going the other way. I've not seen the refreshed Q8 e-tron in person yet, but we talked about it, but it doesn't seem like it's that big of a change for what we use ours for. Bigger battery, more range, really nice, but it's not our road trip car. Everything else looks pretty much similar, so I don't think we're going to swap ours for it. Would I swap our e-tron for an iX? It's possible. If we used the car for road trips more, yes, absolutely. I love iX, but I actually like driving e-tron more. So personally, I prefer to spend time in e-tron, but iX just has so much more range, faster charging, and it's just next-gen stuff. I drive our e-tron maybe once a month. It's really Alyssa's car to just cruise around town in, and she doesn't need an iX for that. She really doesn't want an iX. She loves her car. It's actually in for upgrades right now. We're sort of aesthetically surprising her. I mean, she knows about it, but she's not going to see it until we get back. Colton is going to be fully paint correcting it, detailing the interior, and blacking out all of the chrome. So it'll be a fully blacked out e-tron by the time we get back, which she's wanted for a long time. There'll be a full video about blacking out the e-tron. Lots of like accessory parts we had to buy in black, and it was really complicated, but Colton got it all figured out. R1S versus SQ7. Oh, R1S all day. SQ7's pretty good, but it's like not as spicy as it should be. And I mean, a pretty cool car, but certainly R1S is just next level in almost every way. Yeah, I agree. The silver fake grille is a bit much on that car. APR tuned stuff, that's pretty good, but certainly it's like once you drive an electric vehicle, regardless of total power on paper. Hey, thanks so much for the super chat, Don. I appreciate that. How am I liking the buzz? Loving this. The thing is great. Yeah, it's a little bit loud on the road noise, but I would say acceptable. Certainly one of the worst performers in recent memory, though. But I've also been driving a lot of really nice stuff recently, so it might just be exacerbated because of that. Yeah, camera's glitching. Nothing I can do about that. Sorry. Oh, ride's much nicer than XC40 or C40. Based on those goes around corners better than it needs to. So many good family cars coming out. EX90 I'm really excited for. mean, what is going on? EQS SUV, crazy good cars, one after another. I have not seen an EX90 over here. I reached out to Volvo to go and check one out, but they have not responded. No surprise, honestly. I didn't expect them to respond. It's a little bit early. Yeah, we actually have the new XC60 PHE in Colorado right now. Max has been testing it, so you'll see videos on that coming soon. Will not be here the 1st and 2nd of December, sadly. Little camper van over an electric transit. I don't think an electric transit would make a good camper van because of the rain. I'm going to go combustion at the minute. So the double white lane markings, my understanding is it just means to take extra caution when merging to the right because of a merge lane coming in. So all it's saying is you can move over, just be extra careful. That's my understanding. Yeah, we are on Telenor right now, so that is the one that we are natively than whatever we got. Sometimes with Foreigner, my service does get throttled, so that could be it. But it's not like there's anyone else around here clogging up the data. Norwegians don't seem to do really much of anything, except maybe on the weekends, but it's a really sleepy country. Yep, Porsche will launch Macan on PPE, but that's not anything new. No new news. They did showcase some journalists what was going on. We didn't get invited to go to that, but I'm not sure there was much of a filming opportunity anyway. Huh, that guy flashed us like our matrix may not have been working, but it's definitely on automatic headlights. There is not much wind noise, it's a lot of road noise. We are here until almost the end of November. Oh, big supercharger station on the left. And a bunch of other charging stations. That's cool. We're in Rudge. We're at 66% state of charge. Do you guys know if Bjorn did a range test on the ID Buzz at all, or some sort of efficiency test? I'm really curious to see how this compares. Because we run different speeds, but I think the same stretch of road. 34 degrees outside right now, Fahrenheit. Are you going to Germany this trip? It's possible I have to go down to Germany, but I think I'll be there in a few weeks, so I'm kind of thinking I'll pop home and then go back to Germany in a bit. Yeah, this reminds me of home in Colorado, just roads. Oh, very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I got to look at that video. I'm really curious to see how the numbers compare. I had dinner with Chris Rifa tonight, who's another Norwegian YouTuber. Chris is a good friend. A single lane here. Just gonna slow down slightly. We're pretty much at our turnaround exit anyway, and 1 mile on the nose. Okay, looks like they're working on the shoulder. Well, this worked out perfectly. The speed limit drops right where we have to turn around. How about that? I'm still going out. But now the speed drops, so we're going to start slowing down for the turnaround. Because this is where the big bridge situation is, I guess. And it goes to single lane. Yep. So this is where the road goes to a single lane, and our plan has been to turn around here. So that worked out perfectly. Just a small stretch that we have to drive slightly under 70, but then the rest of the way, honestly, we can just keep this thing pegged. Even when the speed limit drops here or there, it doesn't seem like we're going over by that much. So really like this loop. We're just going to do it until the ID Buzz dies, but we're exiting right now in B mode, getting all that juicy regen, 65% state of charge. I think this might be the only time we make it up this high. I don't think we'll be able to do it again. We will see, but unlikely. Let's continue off to the right, and we'll go under the highway, loop back on, and head the other way south. I'll update you when we hit 50% state of charge. Oslo E6 to the left. Right back up to 70 miles an hour. How about that? Perfect. And I think I hit enough settings where I did turn off the automatic speed situation, so that was good. I think we're locked in normally. It just won't adjust now. just standing in the median doing something. So I'm running a little bit slower than Bjorn's test, but that's all right. We actually lost the footage to the end of the Alaska trip, so not sure what we're going to do about that. Sorry. We might just take what we have and kind of explain what happened, but I don't know. There was a Model X towing over there in that supercharger. That was cool. Reshoot it. Yep, it's not happening in North America. But there are ID buses in North America. I saw a journalist driving one. But nope, this is happening in Norway. Oh, that's awesome. I haven't seen my dad's video of charging the electric plane with the Lightning yet, but it's queued up. I'm gonna watch it. I said it live, but I haven't had a chance to check it out. I'm not sure if this bus has any high power outlets. I think there might be one in the back, but I'm not sure how this one's optioned. And I don't know what we're getting for North America. Volkswagen doesn't even know yet, I don't think. I saw a Chevy Silverado in downtown Oslo today. It was pretty funny. So, there's definitely a market for trucks. I see some those Volkswagen trucks around, and yeah, people like them. Just hanging out in Norway this trip. We've done most of Europe, and I want to go all the way up to North Cape, or Nordkap, I guess in Norwegian. So we're going all the way north this week, which will be cool. So playing around with the IDA, and yesterday and a little bit tomorrow, drove a Neo for a few hours today, which was cool with my friend Jan. And also going to try and arrange a Hongqi drive, because those things look amazing. And maybe BYD, XPeng, get all the Chinese cars out of the way. I don't know. We will just figure it out as we go, as usual. I'm not one for plans. The buzz life is good. Love this thing. Fun to do some Twizy races for sure. is in the chat, but he upped the super chat this time, coming in hot with the $1.99. Thanks, Dad. Inflation, nice, makes sense. I love range tests on cars that don't go very far. We're already at 54%. This should not be a long night. And with that good top charging, when I do the 0 to 100, it shouldn't be bad at all. Supposed to read the signs when they have 5,000 characters per road. Per word. Elverum. I remember that one from Bjorn's videos. Wind is 0 actually, which is great, but temperature very cold, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. These roads are well lit, but then when you go outside the highway, there's not much lighting, to be honest. A lot of them are dark back roads around Norway. Matrix lights work pretty well there. State of charge. Time for an update. Well, it's going from foggy to dry to I don't know what's going on with the weather, but it's cold out, 35 degrees. We are at 50% state of charge. We've traveled 81 miles so far. We'll count it, and the van is predicting 88 miles left to go. The mighty Volkswagen ID Buzz. I kind of see why they've reserved the big battery for America, because I'm not sure this is going to be enough range, in my opinion. Now, granted, conditions aren't great, but, not the best here. But it's still a big car, quite a brick going down the road. If you're living the ID Buzz lifestyle, you may as well hang out at charging stations, because you probably don't have a job if you own one of these. You're just van lifing it up. I agree. For most uses, the short wheelbase will be fine, but I think anytime you have to go on a road trip in one of these things in the US, it's going to be a pain without the big battery. It's a little bit too low on range, is my feeling. Unless it's really affected by temperature, and in the warmth it does more, but at least here, yeah, not so good. Works well for Norway, works well for Europe, actually. We just have some big stretches in the US. And 70 is pretty slow already for our roads. Charges nice. So the nice thing about this is the range is not great, but it has a really good top charging curve, so you get to use most of that range. It is 10:51 here. Traffic extends your range in electric cars because you're really not using much energy to move. single charge at 70 miles an hour, that's more than acceptable. But anything under 200 is a bit low, especially for a van that you want to take on trips. If it was a city car, yeah, totally fine. Like, I think they could sell the cargo version in the US. Yeah, I mean, I just think for families you need more range. And honestly, the cargo one, it fits 2 Euro pallets, but I'm not sure about even 1 American pallet. On paper, it's slow as hell. I mean, it's like 10 seconds 0 to 60, but driving it, I gotta tell you, it doesn't feel like that, especially not at low speed. I definitely use full acceleration enough, but it's not like I'm ever like, oh, this is too or dangerously slow. It still feels pretty punchy because it's electric, but it's not fast. I mean, not. Don't want to talk to you, ID Buzz. I was talking about how slow it was, and she came on and said, please wait a moment. I'm like, yes, I know. That's what happens when you accelerate. In Germany, if your license plates end in E or H, you're cool. Because that means you're only driving electric cars or old timers. By this guy, but we have our matrix lights on. Sorry, dude. So the matrix lights did not pick up on the Scania. Right, E includes plug-in hybrids, yes. Right, and you can get a custom plate without it, but the H is needed for an old-timer registration, right? There's no way this has a similar coefficient of drag E4. I would be shocked. Seats are okay. A couple little firm points for me, but not the end of the world. They do have a massage function, which I'm not using, but they do have it. Last I heard was Volkswagen might consider making this in America for the tax benefits. working now. Let's see. And back to bright. Yeah, okay. Cool, I can't wait to watch the electric airplane video my dad did. Seems really neat. He was excited about it. I was talking to him about it. And we just have to slow down for this short little section here, not unlike last time. We'll still keep up a pretty good pace though. Just a short stint at lower speed. Good. Back. So good to go. Back to feed. The buzz, they don't call it fog lights, they call it like all-weather lights, but yes, it has them. I'm in Norway, yes. Oh yes, I definitely have said it. No way. Espa. Should we get some Espa buns? So is that the shell that sells the Espa buns? I think it is. Well, I'll stop by there tomorrow on the way north and we'll get some Espa buns for our trip. That'll be great. Wonder if there's any chargers there. Even 50 kilowatts is fine. I mean, the speeds are pretty low. This is the fastest section of the drive, and then I think The E6 all the way up is just a single lane in each direction, except maybe when you go through Trondheim, it opens up just for the local commute traffic, but then back to single lane all the way up to Tromsø and north of there. At least that's what it looked like on the map. I've never gone north of Trondheim. So we're going all the way to the tip. High power chargers on the other side of the road. Nice. Yeah, I think this could be our first charging stop. I mean, we really don't need much power because the car's charged to 90% right now. It's in a parking garage in Norway. It's a Model 3 Performance, so big battery. And yeah, if anything, I'll just want to keep the battery warm by charging it. But it's pretty crazy. It gets dark here at around 3:30 in the afternoon. And we're pretty far south. Up where we're going, I don't think it gets light out at all. Or at least not very. Oh, there's Chem Power chargers at Espa. No way. Love Chem Power chargers. We actually are starting a conversation with them, maybe to be sponsored by Chem Power. What do you guys think about that? I mean, I really only like to do sponsorships with brands that we believe in. Stuff that, you know, what I don't want to have happen is have Chem Power chargers go in and be total crap and we're sponsored by them. See, he flashed us, but I know for a fact he was in the dark there. So that's very weird there. But, yeah, I mean, I think Chem Power would be a good partner for us. They're really into it, and I've just been like, I want to try some of your chargers. I've used them before, but not on a trip or anything. Oh, Bjorn is sponsored by them. That's cool. Yeah, they want to work with us for the U.S. expansion, and I'm like, well, that seems like the perfect partnership, and they seem like really cool people. I'm a little bit surprised at the lack of efficiency with this thing. solo on this trip. Oh, but she's in Norway with me. Sorry, but thought you meant on the range test. Yeah, I like Norway. It's nice. It's a little bit hard to get around the country in terms of like a roadway network and some weird laws here and there, but overall, it's pretty good. The language is so funny. It's like people speak, it's like you put English in reverse. Like you can't even pick up one word out of what anyone is saying. It makes no sense. But everyone speaks English, so it's fine. Norway's totally worth going to, but get out of the cities. I mean, we did a whole like trip from Bergen to Trondheim on the outer loop, and it was amazing. But that was last trip. This trip we're doing an Arctic trip. Yeah, we drove the Trollstigen last trip. That was awesome. We had a Model Y, a Shanghai Model Y. That was fun. I noticed a lot of the signs make some sense. Like charging is close to charging in German, so like a lot of the car stuff seems to make sense to me. But man, there's some things that I'm just like, I have no idea. Yeah, last time we were here, we got to see the northern lights, but only a small little bit of it. The matrix lights were not seen. Sorry for the stream going in and out. be able to pass them in the tunnel, but looks like we're almost out of the tunnel. That's the Nevenez supercharger then. That's a Hummer H2 pulling a house. I've never seen anything like that. That was crazy. needed our exit to flip around, so I'm not going to pass this truck. There we are. Perfect. Just kicked it off 70. And we are at back where we did still have 26%. So we're going to turn around and head north a little bit, but we may as well do our roughly 25% state of charge update now, shall we not? So let's click on vehicle, and it didn't recognize my click. Boom. And we are 118 miles in, 26%, still predicting 44 miles. So let's continue round the roundabout, head back north a little bit on the E6, and then we'll come back here and finish right there at the Circle K where we started. Super easy. Love the roads at night here. Easy to navigate. Everyone's very, slow drivers. Easy to predict what they're going to do. Yeah, big fan of this. This is a great range testing road right here. Good loop. I like it. Now the big question is going to be how far spaced out are the exits. I don't really know the exits. And what's our arrival state charge predicted? I don't know if the ID Buzz tells us this. I think it does. If I click on this one right here, yeah, it's saying at least orange on the battery pack. We need to get that to a red. So let's hit resume back at 115 kilometers per hour, put travel assist on, and keep cruising. Driving with his rear fog lights on. That doesn't make any sense to me. He's also going the exact same speed as us. Speed up. I gotta go this fast. Our state of charge is 24% state of charge, and we have traveled, let's take a look. We have traveled 122 miles. Which was like 25% in the lucid air, roughly. Volkswagen wanted to get off here to loop around, but we did not do that. There's the big Nemenez supercharger. Love that spot. says on arrival to get there. Good thing we can always, if we can't make it for whatever reason, we can stop at Nevinez. Now it's showing a 17% arrival, but I think we just keep going. I don't know how many exits are up ahead and how close they are, but I think they're pretty close in this area at least. I'm just kind of scrolling up the map. The Hummer towing the house. Crazy. He's going so slow too. I'm honestly not sure really what the next turnaround is on the highway, but like the ID Buzz wants to get off here, but we are just not doing that. We're just gonna go miles of predicted range. There's no way we're turning this thing off. Let's see, now it's put in an Ionity charging stop. I want to turn off route planning. So let's go here, settings, route guidance, route options, add charging stops, no. Back to map. What happens if you run out of charge? Who do you call? I don't know what the Norwegian AAA equivalent is. The Viking. It says please charge vehicle, 20% state of charge. And it wants to, it says it's 13 miles back to the charging station. But we have 32 miles of range, so we are just going to keep going. That's the only thing we know how to do. Keep going. Charge busters, yep. That's where it wants to get off, but we are going straight. Sorry, Volkswagen. We're running you all the way out of battery, buddy. The out-of-spec way. We go until you don't go no mo. NAF. Oh, okay. My friend works for them. going to take this next exit here because I don't think we'd be able to make it to the next one and back, just because it's a pretty long way. I was just looking. So we're going to pop off here, loop around, and then go back the other way. Yep. Okay. This is our plan. Exit here. Boom. Yeah, it was another like 8 miles to the next one, and we don't have an additional 16 miles plus the 15 miles to get back to the charge running. Can't wait to try some Espa buns tomorrow. Never had them. Sorry about that. That was crazy. Cell service, and switched me to like their Edge network, which is really not good, of course. So let's pay extra attention to these turnarounds. So can't turn around here, and we are 3 miles away. So 6. But we can turn around down there. Going past in the other direction, but I just need to see what that looks like. Like we should go, I don't know what I'm feeling. We got 9% state of charge. I think I'm gonna pull off and just look to see how far the next exit is if we go straight, because I have no clue. Let's just pull over right here just for a second so we can see how far it is to the next exit straight on. So down the road. So it would be, oh, not bad at all. 2, 4, yeah, okay. But it looks like the road is closed down that way, actually. So that's what Apple Maps is saying. So good thing we're not doing that. Let's see how far it would be if we go in the opposite direction, because we have to go back the way we were going. It's either closed or really shut down for slow stuff. Let's see how far up the next exit is. Wow, pretty far. Be 8 miles, so 10 miles at 9%. Oh, we can do that. Okay, we're going back north. We have just pulled off the highway back from where we started again, another loop, but we're actually going to go one more. We're at 9% state of charge, 14 miles. It's about 5 miles north to the next exit. I think we can do 10 miles easily, and that should put us right at Fumes pulling in here. And then, of course, I can run it down on side roads like I typically do, all the way out to 0. But let's head back north, keep it at 70 miles an hour. Good thing we checked and didn't go farther south, because it looks like there's some construction and the road's kind of backed up south of here. So we are accelerating here at 9% state of charge. You can see we do have some power limit, and but nothing major, no turtle mode or anything yet. Get it back up to 70 miles an hour. We're going to keep cruising. So it's 9 miles. It shows a 2% arrival. Very good. Cruising along. along. Look at those matrix LED headlights doing their thing. Super cool, just keeping that car in the dark. Really love that function. It's really nice. If you take a look over here, it shows a 2% arrival, so I think we chose this perfectly planned. Still cruising along at 70 miles an hour. And yeah, just loving it. The more time I spend in the Buzz, the more comfortable I get, the more I enjoy it. It's really a wonderful, wonderful machine. And still good performance here at 8%. No problem maintaining highway speed using only half of the available power. So pretty good battery pack performance down low. Turnaround. And we have reached the final turnaround point. We're going to head back to where we started at 6% right now. You can see ID light indicating time to get off. It wants to get to a charger. Still using cabin heater, no problem. It's 36 degrees Fahrenheit, quite chilly out for sure. And yeah, let's loop around, jump back on the highway the other way. You can see here on the right the Nebenez supercharger. We've been there in a previous video before. That's the giant one with all the pull-through stalls. Just insane, just insane. And love to see the infrastructure here in Norway. It is so impressive. So let's keep it going. Last turnaround, next exit's the last one, and then we'll run it down on side roads. Super duper easy. Full skids. That was the limit of the front tire around there. It was just understeer. Getting slippery out and cold. But totally controllable. Yeah, Ionity doll got expanded with more stalls apparently. Yeah, but there's only a few working, that's right. There was another Ionity station that I was at earlier today that was getting the same sort of double expansion. So not sure, actually. I don't think I can tell you how much it is. We are at 4% state of charge right now. Have to make this climb. Not even using full power. Almost full power. Now we're at full power. 3% state of charge, 2 miles left to go. Easy peasy. This is perfect. We really timed these exits to a T. That's what I was looking for. The final off ramp, just kicked it off 70 miles an hour at 2% state of charge, perfectly timed with the exits. That is the 70 mile an hour number, but of course we're going to run it all the way out and I'll give you the final figures. But 2.1 miles per kilowatt hour, ooh, not looking so good. Certainly should do better in warm weather, but I don't really think by that much, to be honest. So definitely a little rough there on the range. So let's go cruise around some back roads, run this thing out the next 3 miles, and then we'll get you a final number here in a minute. This car is like, please plug me in. What the heck kind of name is this town? Groom, something like that. Really awful names, I'm sorry. Beautiful place. But wow, do they just... Yeah. The car's trying to do everything it can to get me to turn around. Still running the heater down at 2%. Very nice. All right, let's make a U-turn here since this is an easy place to do so. Of great turning radius on the Buzz. Really good turning rate on this thing. It's like an ID4. It's amazing. Good performance too. Great acceleration, even at 2%. Pretty impressive. Yeah, German engineering. You know, as much as we like to say ID4 really isn't class leading, I mean, this thing rocks, and it's all MEB. It's the same as ID4 underneath. Yeah, it's got an amazing turning radius. It's really crazy. What's funny is we've now driven 2 miles, but our mileage has not changed at all. I should say our mileage to empty guesstimate. Even in these cold temps, it's just chugging along up the hill. Model S. Out at midnight. Wow, very impressive here. Let's just keep it going. Around the circle. I have to make sure I don't get on at the highway. That would suck. But yeah, we're just running it out. I mean, 2%, 2 miles remaining. Feeling really good. This is our exit normally, but like this thing just wants to keep going. So we're going to keep going. Similar testing procedures. I'm not sure how big the buffer is. I think 0 is 0. Most Germans EVs are like 0, you're out. It's interesting. It's still showing 2%, 2 miles of range, and it's seemingly pretty happy doing this. Unless the BMS is confused and it'll just shut off. I don't know. State of charge now. I think we'll flip around right around here because we have to make the climb back up to the charger. Cruising around some of these back roads, we've just tipped down to 1% state of charge. So I think what we're going to do is turn in here, make a quick U-turn, and then head over closer to the charger. And just to show you how amazing this thing turns, it's pretty crazy. But of course there's a curb, so I don't want to drive over it. But just an incredible turning radius, if I can put it in drive. There we go. And yep, awesome turning radius. Love it. So 1% state of charge. Let's start making our way back over to the charger, and we can just drive around in circles until it feels like it's going to die. It really stayed at 2% with 2 miles for multiple miles, but still even very good acceleration down here at 1%. No problem. We're not even using all the power, of course. No problem to get up to speed at all. %, 1 mile. Still huge power available. It must just shut off like e-tron. That's the only thing I can think. the exit for the charger over here, but it's still showing 1 mile of range at 1%, so we're going to do one loop around the little highway interchange here. Let's just hope we don't run out. And I gotta say, there's still power on tap. I mean, I don't know if this thing just pulls an e-tron and just shuts off like a lot of German cars do. Taycan's the same way, gives power until it's off. I guess that's what I should be expecting. I don't think I've ever run an ID4 out. Wow, this 3 Series almost just crashed in front of us. What the heck? Just, I don't know if he understeered or missed his turn or what just happened. Perhaps we should do another loop just to see what's going on with that guy. So that's where we're supposed to go. Let's do one more loop and just see if that dude is okay or totally screwed, because that was pretty wild. Yeah, don't know. He must have just gotten confused about which way he's supposed to go. But we're just sitting here doing loops in Norway. Never thought I'd be doing this. Pretty funny. One more for good measure, why not? And then we'll pull into the charger after this one. Is it illegal to just keep driving on the same road? There we are, 0 miles of range. 1% state of charge indicated. And now pulling back into the charging station. We have 0 miles of range indicated, so I feel pretty good about running it all the way out. I don't think we're close to a major mileage. This one says car wash this way. I think that's what Bilvask means. We don't need a car wash, we need a charging station. Yeah, but I don't think we're near a major milestone. So I think that 0 miles of range is pretty good. We got an idea of how this thing will go. It's running a little bit low on juice. Definitely a little bit more limited acceleration than we had last time. We'll pull into the same charger we just used right there, number 7. I'll get it queued up, lined up a little bit better than we have here, and then we'll log the mileage and then do a charging test. So stay tuned for a future video on how this car charges. And boom. Great. We charge vehicle now, otherwise battery will be damaged. It's mad at me. It says charge vehicle now. Yes, don't worry, we will. I just got to get the GoPros out and then we can charge it. Let's take a look at the range figure. What was it? We need to look. Boom. Status, data, right there. There's the number. Oof. Not nearly as good as I was expecting. I'm not saying it because the live stream guys are here. They're going to have to wait for the full video, even though they stuck with me. But too many people leak the data, so I'm not going to say. But that's the number. Yikes. Oof. All right. No, yeah, well, this is what happens when everyone posts on forums how far I go. No longer getting the data. Putting my foot down. Just going to put a new battery in this GoPro and we'll start the charging session. I'm just running the heater so that the thing dips down to 0%. I know we're pretty close, but I want to go 0 to 100% for the charging session. It's not, honestly, we were not close to any major milestone range numbers, I'll tell you. So let's hope the big battery gives it at least 100 miles more range. At least. All right, guys. Well, can't thank you enough for sticking on the live stream. I'm going to end the live stream now, but that was really fun. Thank you guys for all sticking around. Really appreciate it. It was a fun test. First range test in Norway. Did pretty well, but yeah. Let's end this thing. Charge it 0 to full. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on another one very soon. Bye bye. I can't reach. The windshield's so far away.